Welcome to The Score, the free epicenter of local high school sports. We've got it all, so don't miss out. Brace yourself for fierce competition, highlights, and unforgettable moments. All brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates. One of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Also brought to you by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Computer Improvements, Water Street, Skowhegan, your headquarters for computer maintenance. Dixon's Country Market in Benton, with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. And by Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Boys guy right halfway this time. I'm Mike Violet. He's not AJ Knight. He is Central Maine Community College women's basketball coach Andrew Morong, who joins us here for our coverage of the second game tonight or this afternoon between the Cony Rams and the Lawrence Bulldogs. Coach, great to have you with us, first of all. Season's greetings to you and yours. And lastly, I saved the best for last. Congratulations on your 300th victory as a head coach at CMCC.
Oh, thank you. It's certainly a longevity sort of milestone more than anything else. But, yeah, very happy to be here today. Should be quality Class A basketball. And really excited to watch both of these teams play.
Do you remember your first win?
I do. Yeah, I do. It was in Vermont, actually. Yes. Yeah, I think Randolph, Vermont. Rutland, Vermont, actually. Okay. So. Yeah, been a few between now, then and now.
299 sure. Since that first one. So here we are for this one. Cony is 2-1, wins over Camden Hills and Gardner. They lost to Oceanside 71-50. And for the Lawrence Bulldogs, it's just been an absolute steamroll so far. They're 3-0 with wins over Messalonsky 63-28, Nokomis 59-24, Mount Blue 63-29. They are the defending Class A champions. Their entire starting five graduated last year. Many of them are playing right here in this building for the University of Maine at Augusta. They lost their entire starting five. This starting five, Coach, had the good fortune to have to practice against the defending state champs from last year, and obviously they got a heck of a lot better because of it.
Yeah, they really they really did. It was a great experience for them last year. Obviously, Lawrence is incredibly well coached as well. This is a long, the Lawrence program has been successful for decades, and there may have been some little blips along the way, but they have found their way back to the top of Class A, and they're probably not going anywhere anytime soon.
It certainly doesn't look like it through the first couple of games. We had a chance to be up in Newport to do their game with Nokomis back before Christmas, and maybe Nokomis, with their issues right now with a couple of girls hurt, not the best barometer, but they absolutely blew them out. They play, Coach, with such precision. It's extraordinary. Yeah. They seem to all know where everybody's going to be, and it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, and I think when I think of Lawrence, even going back to when I coached in high school level at Morse High School, just Lawrence has always been kind of known for a blue-collar program. They're going to outwork you regardless of what the scoreboard says, and that has not changed in 20-plus years.
It hasn't. Maddie Provost, Kaylee Elkins, who was our score player of the game. You can see score lights of Kaylee's performance on our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. So it's Provost Elkins, Ashley Shores, Nadia Morrison, and Lily Gray for the Lawrence Bulldogs. And for John Dennett's Cony Rams, it'll be Morgan Cunningham, Macy Freeman, Abby Morrill, Kale Barajas and Morgan Fichtorn for the Cony Rams. A height advantage, yes, Lawrence has that over most teams as they start two girls who are either 6 feet or darn close to it, Lily Gray and Nadia Morrison. And on the jump here for the Lawrence Bulldogs, it'll be Lily Gray against Abby Morrill. Morrill, of course, coming off a marvelous field hockey season. And we are ready to go. Cony in the home white, Lawrence in the road blues. And we're ready to roll here as the Cony Rams look to get a split in this doubleheader. The Lawrence boys blowing out Cony in game one. And that ball out of bounds off Cony. So it will be a Lawrence ball here as we get rolling. No time went off the clock. Here's Maddie Provost. Provost, stop. They back off. She takes it and fills it, of course, because that's what Maddie Provost does.
It's going to be a long night if Cony can't talk a little bit better on those screens and giving a player like Provost that open of a look from 17 feet.
You can't. Fichtorn on the right to the cutter. It's tipped and stolen. Goes right to Morrison. Morrison to Provost. Provost a stutter step. We got a whistle. They call it for a carry. So a rare mistake by Maddie Provost. She is made out of flesh and blood.
Now, Cony's focus here, they got to get Morrill some action in and around the paint. She's a tremendous athlete, a very, very good player. If she can get hot, Cony will keep this close.
All right, top of the circle. On the drive here, it's Freeman. Macy, another field hockey player. The layoff, the shot is up and no good there by Barajas. The rebound to Lawrence. Threading the needle, getting it ahead to Elkins is Provost. Elkins blocked. Nice job getting back there by Morrill, and it's blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Morrill did a great job contesting the shot, 2 hands high, avoiding the body contact.
Pass goes in to Gray. Outside, the shot by Provost is no good. We got a whistle and an over-the-back foul, I believe, on Lily Gray. So they get Gray, first foul of the game. 2-zip, Lawrence in the lead.
See if Cony can get Morgan Cunningham going, too. She's a pretty crafty scorer with the ball in her hand, so getting something for her to go to the basket, get them on the scoreboard.
On the weave, Barajas goes in. Left-handed runner won't go down. Gray with the rebound on the defensive boards. The outlet to Elkins. Elkins pulls up, fires the lefty jump shot. No good. Rebound. Morrison got a held ball, and if it is a held ball, and it is, it'll go to Cony. So jump ball.
So Cony's done a great job, getting the ball in the paint. 2 relatively clear looks at the rim on the left side. You just got to get them to fall. You can't miss those opportunities when you're playing a team as talented as Lawrence.
2-zip. Here's Freeman. On the drive, the runner up, and it will not go down for Morgan Fichtorn. The rebound, the outlet pass to Elkins. Elkins waits. There's Provost. Provost back to Elkins. Elkins, a 3 from foul line left. It's a little bit long, deep rebound onto the Cony bench. And it'll be a Rams ball.
That was a deep 3 there. That was about a foot beyond the college line, the white line that you see on the court there. Not a bad look. It was a confident stroke, so looks like she's got the green light.
Over the timeline, Freeman. Freeman to the right. On the weave now to Cunningham. Cunningham's pass tipped, but it goes on the left side to Fichtorn. Fichtorn outside. 3 for Freeman. Freeman rattles it home, and Cony's on the board. 3-2 Rams. 3-2. 5:55 to go in the first. Lawrence boys winning big in game 1, 87-58. Inside to Gray. Gray turns. No. Too hard off the glass.
That was really good high-low action there. Nice set by the Bulldogs. Didn't fall, but they're getting touches like that in the paint. They're going to score plenty today.
They run that well. Here's Provost. Provost needing somebody to flash open. It's Elkins out deep. Back to Maddie in the corner. Fires it up. No good. Hits the near top of the backboard. Boxed around all over the place and out of the chute with it, Cunningham. Cunningham up the right. Pulls up. Fires from college 3 and nails it. 6-2. Cony's hit 2 threes. Here's Provost. Provost over to Gray. Gray outside to Elkins. Kaylee drives, pulls up, foul line pop, no good, just inside the foul line. I believe they're going to get Nadia Morrison for the foul. So good start for Cony.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs have kind of been drawn into the paint the first 3 possessions for Cony. They got close looks from the left block. So I think the Bulldogs are worried about their penetration and kind of getting sucked into the middle there, which opens up those 3-point shots for Cony.
And it's been there. They've hit them. Here's Morgan Cunningham. Cunningham over the timeline on the left now to Freeman. Freeman to the top. To Fichtorn. Fichtorn not bashful. Jacks that 3 up there. No good. Actually, that was not Fichtorn. It was Cassie LaCroix who just came in wearing number 24 for those of you watching on our stream. That ball out of bounds off Lawrence. So Cony will get another opportunity here. Macy Freeman. Freeman gets it into Morrill. Abby out front. Takes a trip to the right. Steps back. Throws it up. Too short. Rebound picked off in there by Provost.
That was good D by Lawrence challenging that shot. They deflected that.
Elkins down low. Gray. Nice pass over to Morrison, and Morrison banks it in. 6-4. Cony by 2. Pass deflected out of bounds. They'll say last off a ram. Kale Barajas coming back in for Morgan Fichtorn for John Dennett.
See if Lawrence lives in the paint here. That's where they should be. They just got to keep pounding that ball inside.
Provost will stop and pop. No. Rebound, flying through there, picking it off is LaCroix. LaCroix, a stutter step. LaCroix loops it back outside to Cunningham. Now up top, Freeman, 3, way off. And the rebound to Lawrence. Here is Elkins. Left side pass, hooked in beautifully. The shot won't go down, though, for Gray. The putback does, however. And we're tied at 6.
A way to keep the ball high on that putback. Cony needs to go back to getting that ball in the paint. They've settled for the last 2 threes. They need to go inside. Then the threes will be there again.
Freeman. Pass off to Barajas. Guarded by Morrison. There's a great pass, and driving in and hitting is Morrill. The cutter was there, and it's 8-6 Cony.
Yeah, they've been able to attack that paint consistently, especially if you get Morrill going to the basket. She's so athletic and crafty with the ball.
Provost hands it off to Shores. Ashley too hard. Offensive foul.
Great take. Great offensive foul.
That's the voice of Central Maine Community College women's basketball coach, Andrew Morong, joining me for the broadcast here today on The Score, of course. Today's broadcast, coincidentally enough, is brought to you by Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu. 8-6. Cony with the lead and the ball out front. It's Morrill. Morrill turns and fills it.
Yeah, great touch with her left hand, finishing up over the front of the rim. Again, another paint touch for Cony. Defense is going to start sagging, and then watch out for those threes coming up next few possessions.
Elkins drives in. Her runner no good. Yeah, no, it is good. I gave up on it too soon. The rim, however, did not. The rim said, hang on, and it goes in. And it is going to count, just to make sure. And it's 10-8. Ashley Shores checking out for Lawrence. Coming in is Ella Minahan. 10-8. Elkins trying to make it a 1-point game. And she does. 10-9. Cony by 1. 3:05 to go in the first. Here's Morrill. Morrill spinning in. Fades away. Doesn't go down. Rebound Fichtorn. Another chance here for Cony. Out front to Cunningham. Cunningham goes in. Tied up. Travel is called before the tie-up. Minahan was there to play defense, and it ends up being a turnover either way.
Yeah, Cunningham, one less dribble. Nice little pull-up jumper from 10, 12 feet away. That would have been the move right there. Just one too many dribbles. Provost
drives. Double dip. It goes. 11-10. Lawrence back in front. Maddie Provost with the bucket. Tough shot. Here's Fichtorn. Tricky dribble. Kicks it back outside Barajas. Barajas drives. A stutter step. She got pushed. No, she carried the basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was either a carry or a double dribble there, but she just wasn't confident with that take. It was the right move to make. She just didn't do it at 100%.
Here's Maddie Provost. 2.5 to go in the first. 11-10. Lawrence by 1. Provost to the right. Picked there by Gray, kind of clogged things up. Elkins almost lost it. Now it's tipped and stolen by Cunningham. Should be a layup. She lays it in. Cony back in front.
Great tip and get on defense. Good active hands there.
12-11. Gray to the cutter. Provost kicked it out of bounds. Ooh. No, I thought she did, but the referee said Morrill did.
Yeah, I think he missed that one.
If we were in the NBA, we'd be having a replay right now.
Yeah.
Provost to Elkins, back to Maddie. Fakes, tries to go baseline, goes behind her back, over the head pass, and it never got through. Too many hands there, wearing white and red uniforms, and back is Cunningham.
That was good help side defense by Barajas.
Barajas up top now to Cunningham, now driving through Morrill. Morrill lost the ball, picked off in there by Elkins. Elkins out of the chute. Elkins drives all the way, knocked away from behind by Barajas.
So on that penetration, Morrill had almost 5 defenders going to her. They're all now trying to take away that dribble drive. So Cony needs a jump stop, protect the ball, kick out, and they'll have wide open threes.
Provost to inbound. Lawrence down 1, 12-11. Minute 39 left. Into Morrison. To Elkins, now to Minahan. Ella drives. Nothing there. In the corner, now to Provost. Provost jacks up a 3. Short. She's been a little bit off from deep, and that ball's out of bounds. Off Lawrence. Last touched by Lily Gray.
A great physical presence inside by Barajas there. There was no way Lawrence was getting to that rebound.
1:20 left in the first. Macy Freeman. Hands it off outside. LaCroix. Long one is no good, and the rebound in the right corner to Provost. Provost, a bullet pass up to Gray. The put up there by Elkins from about 12 feet, no good. Rebound to Cony. Up the middle, Fictorn, or check that LaCroix from deep, no good. Rebound comes down. That's Fictorn working hard on the boards, and she missed that shot. Rebound to Gray. Lefty pass by Provost, didn't connect there with Morrison. Little careless. Needed a little bit more on that. Outside Freeman for 3. Bank is open, and it's good. 15-11.
I think if you're Lawrence, you're fine with the last 3 possessions offensively for Cony. You know, they really forced those threes. The first 2 were not great shots. And you can make an argument, even though that one went in, it wasn't a great shot. So those shots don't end up following the further in the game you go. So I think Lawrence just needs to keep doing what they're doing, and the shooting percentage will drop for Cony.
I don't know if they called a foul there or the ball was knocked out of bounds. It's going back to Cony here for the final 24. So bringing it up is Macy Freeman. Tried to get it down low in the pivot to Morrill, and it didn't connect.
Yeah, post entry wants to come from foul line extended, so the wing and not the top just gives you a better angle there. But great idea trying to get the ball to Morrill in and around the paint.
17 seconds to work with here. Cony will press. Peyton Cole in the game, gets it into Elkins. Elkins splits a triple. Elkins runs it up. Left corner. Minahan open for 3. Won't go. Rebound on the weak side. Back up by Gray. That won't go. Still time for Lawrence, but winning the battle eventually is Cunningham. Cunningham at the buzzer. It'll count if it goes in and almost banked in. One done, and a surprise here at the end of one at the Capital City Classic. In girls action, it's the Cony Rams 15 and the Lawrence Bulldogs 11. Back after this on The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
Mike Violet back here at the Augusta Civic Center along with CMCC Mustangs head women's basketball coach Andrew Morong. So, Coach Morong, analyze each side from the first quarter.
Yeah, I think Cony did a great job early on getting into the paint, and that opened up the perimeter, but then they started settling for the perimeter shots. So even though they have the lead right now, they're probably happy with it. They could actually be up by a little bit more. And then I think Lawrence just needs to keep pounding the ball inside, either via dribble drive or post entry. I think that's where their significant advantage is. But credit to Cony here. They've done a great job defensively, taking away the middle, and created themselves some opportunities on the offensive end.
Provost drives in, lays it off to Cole. Now the drive by Elkins. Short Lawrence is cold from the floor. We got what could have been a held ball there. They decided not to call it, and instead Cunningham out of the shoot. Over to Freeman. Freeman back outside to Abby Morrill back in the game. Now curling around a pick there is LaCroix. LaCroix has it tipped away and it's stolen. Elkins over to Provost. Lawrence down 15-11. Provost back to Elkins. Traveling. We see that so much.
Yeah, feet just move a little bit too quickly before the ball hits the deck.
Turnover goes to Cony. Rams with the ball. They lead 15-11. Top of the circle, Macy Freeman on the weave to Morrill. Morrill spins in. Beautiful move, and she finished it off.
Yeah, that was a tremendous move by Morrill. Again, another paint touch. Cony just got to keep doing that.
Cony with their largest lead of 6 and a foul. Provost was hit from behind by Abby Morrill. What are your thoughts on the changes in the foul situation in high school basketball?
I actually really like it. So
You do?
it semi-mirrors women's college basketball. The only thing they didn't do, which they should have done, is subbing between foul shots. We don't do that in college. If you either sub in before the two or after the two, I think they missed that.
Provost bombs away for 3. That one's off. I could tell right out of her hands that was no good. And the rebound to Cony. On the push, Macy Freeman. Freeman over. That's an offensive foul called there, no doubt about it, on Morgan Cunningham.
Yeah, what a great take. There's 2 charges we've seen already this game, one by each team. It's fantastic. I think that's a lost art. Not enough teams do it. And we always consider them 4-point swings. You take 2 points away, opportunity for 2 points, and you give your team an extra possession. So they're huge.
See if Lawrence can cash. Cole for 3. No, they can't. One and done. Rebound to Cunningham. Cunningham head up. Fast break. Slows it down. Right side to Morrill. Morrill around a pick, and they call a foul here on Lawrence. Might be on Ashley Shores. Nope, it's on Ella Minahan, number 11. Back in Nadia Morrison. She will come in for Peyton Cole.
That's Minahan's second foul, too. She'll probably be checking out of the game here pretty shortly.
Lob in, nobody there, and it's run down. The shot up by Morrill, no good. She follows her own miss. She'll try it again. That one is way short, but a whistle. And what, traveling?
That's what was called. Yeah,
3 seconds. Yeah, it was traveling.
It was traveling. I don't know. They have a better view of it than us, but I thought Morrill just made a very athletic turnaround jumper.
17-11. It's been that way for a while. Here's Provost on the weave to Minahan. Now to Shores. Back over to Minahan. Minahan jacks a 3, left wing, knocks it down. Lawrence needed that. 17-14. They cut it to 3. This is the first game that Lawrence has been in a game this year.
We'll see how they respond to that.
Exactly.
You make a great point.
Exactly. That shot is up no good by Barajas, but she's going to the line. Every game by this point has been 25 or 30 points. And the game has been essentially over.
Cony with another paint touch here by Barajas. I know I sound like a broken record already, but these paint touches result in really good opportunities. One, and they also result in fouls being called, and that's going to force. Let's see, number 22, she's Morrison. That's her second as well. So Minahan and Morrison both have 2 fouls. Lawrence is going to have to go deeper into their bench than they probably have had to this early in the game all year.
Both shots missed, but Cony comes down with the offensive board. Left side open, Cunningham for 3. That is no good. They get another offensive rebound. Fichthorn. They swing it around, foul line left to Morrill. Morrill drives, but she traveled. Boy, Cony had ample opportunity to add the lead.
Yeah, and that extra pass that they made to Cunningham for the 3 that she missed, that was a tremendous possession. That was a great shot to take. Who cares? Don't focus on the result. Focus on the fact that it was a great take.
Provost goes in, fade away. She is off. That little 7 or 8 footer, no good, but Morrison runs down the rebound. Minahan for 3. That's no good. This rebound speared by Cunningham. Cunningham drifts up the right. Cony with the ball. They lead 17-14. Barajas goes down low to Fichthorn. Fichthorn tripped, and a foul will be called here. It's either going to be on Shores or Provost. Are you a fan of 3 officials?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially when you have these three. Two of them are college officials as well, and they do a tremendous job. So we, at the college level, that's obviously all three officials for every game. So I do think it is different for high school teams to play a game with two officials versus three and it's not consistent because it is officiated differently for sure.
I wish they'd do one or the other. And I know there's a numbers problem at the high school level, certainly. So it seems to me going with one is the way to go. A three by Morrill. She fills it.
Yeah, what a tremendous possession. Barajas got 2 feet in the paint. Wide open kick out for that three.
20-14. The lead is 6. Here's Elkins curling in. Kaylee under, up and in. Nice move.
That was a great move, and I think Lawrence can do that more frequently. I think they're settling for some threes and some mid-range jumpers. I think they can more consistently get 2 feet in the paint.
Runner by Cunningham, no good. Weak side rebound. Coming down with it is Shores. Ashley pushes. Shores lobs it down low for Gray. Gray, a fadeaway pop, doesn't go, but she is going to go to the line. I felt like the change in the free throw thing was unnecessary. I don't hate it, but I just think it was unnecessary. I didn't see a problem.
I really like. I do think it's a very positive step in the right direction. I think there's several other rules that they could certainly attack in the next few off seasons to make the game certainly more fluid. But I do think this is probably a baby step towards some of those other changes, and I do think it's a necessary change.
1 out of 2, and in the rebounding action, Morrison called for a travel. She was on the floor, as that happens so many times. So it goes to Cony. All right, in the backcourt, Lawrence with pressure. Provost almost stole it. Provost, aside from being a great offensive player, is a great defender. Here's Gray. Gray to Shores. Now to Provost. Looks for an open shot. Hits it.
Yeah, Provost, she's got long arms, and her length is going to cause all kinds of problems in that press.
20-19. Here's Provost again. Goes up. Left-handed. The floater. Counted and one.
If I'm not mistaken, that might have been Morrill's second foul as well.
So Maddie Provost converts. And a timeout is called by John Dennett. We'll keep it right here. 4:18 to go in the first half. And Lawrence has come back from 6 down. They've scored 7 in a row, Coach.
Yeah, nice little 7-0 run. We'll see how Cony responds to this flurry. They're going to need a quality look down on this next possession, make or miss out of Provost. But Lawrence is getting in the paint, and I think that's a key. It's drawing fouls. They're getting some easy looks, so keep more of that.
Yeah, with their 2 big girls, Lily Gray and Nadia Morrison, both 6-footers and both very deft down low. You've got to get them the ball more.
Yeah, and Provost getting 2 feet in the paint too. I think she's just so deadly with the ball because she can elevate over you, over any defender on the floor because she's so athletic and she's so long. She can dish and then she can kick out. So if she can live in the paint, Lawrence is going to be really tough to beat.
Maddie Provost, 5'7" sophomore with 1. Rolls in. 22-20. Lawrence by 2. 8-0 run here. And pressure. Tipped in the backcourt. Now Freeman. Freeman got it ahead. The driving runner is good. Good play. Cassie LaCroix beat the defense down, ties it up.
That was a tough finish right there. That's really tough.
22 all.
Yeah, that was a big bucket.
Elkins drives and finishes beautifully off the glass, 24-22. Lawrence back up by 2 and another steal by the Bulldogs, but they can't pick the ball up. Provost mad at herself. Back at the top of the circle, the three-pointer there is no good, but the rebound is out of bounds. Last touched by Kale Barajas. A 3 from the top there by Morgan Cunningham.
Yeah, the Rams are going to have to lock in on defense here. They really do. If they think they're just going to outscore the Bulldogs, they are very mistaken. All right, they need to lock in on defense.
Provost, left corner 3, all net. 27-22, Lawrence up 5. This is their largest lead of the game. They keep the pressure up and a steal almost by Shores. In the backcourt, they loop it ahead to LaCroix. LaCroix. Foul line right to Barajas. Barajas down low for Morrill. Bad pass, out of bounds.
This pressure defense has completely changed the game. Even when Cony does break it in the half court, they seem out of sorts.
Yeah, it's definitely made a difference, Coach. You can see. Here's Provost. Over the timeline, Maddie to the right. Back out front to Shores. Back to Maddie. Trying to go down to Gray. Good defense there on the steal by Morrill. Morrill stole it. Driving all the way, Freeman. Freeman kicks it left corner. Open three, LaCroix. Way off, and the rebound to Elkins. Elkins ran right into the pressure there. Managed to get it away. Bullet pass by Shores up to Provost. Provost is going to take it. No good. Rebound back up by Morrison. No good. Rebound to the foul line to Shores. No. Rebound. Shores follows her own miss and a foul there.
Yeah, when Lawrence does miss, Cony has to get that rebound. Yep. It needs to be gang rebounding, all five, trying to rip that ball, attack that ball out of the air. And I think Provost settled on that pull-up three on the fast break. I think she just, 2 more dribbles, get 2 feet in the paint. I know she just hit a three, but...
And Shores misses the free throw. Coming back in for Cony, Morgan Fichtorn coming out of the game for the Rams, Kale Barajas. One more for Shores. The foul was on Cunningham. That is the 5th foul, so Lawrence will shoot free throws the rest of the half on any fouls, and a timeout called here by the Bulldogs. 2s across the board on the clock. 2:22 left in the first half, 28-22. Lawrence up by 6, their largest lead of the game, Coach.
Yeah, I just think we go back to that pressure defense. Once they turn that on, that really changed the dynamic of the game. Cony hasn't looked confident with the ball in the backcourt or the front court since the press is turned on. So I think that they're going to see a heavy dose of that until, throughout the rest of the game if it remains close.
Yeah, it certainly has disrupted them. And you mentioned even when they eventually break it, they seem out of sorts after having figured out to at least get the ball over half court. Then what? It's sort of been like we don't know what we're going to do next.
Yeah, and I think the other thing to keep an eye on, too, is I think Lawrence is a little bit deeper than Cony, and Cony has 2 starters, Cunningham and Morrill, with 2 fouls right now, with 2:22 left. So you might see some offense-to-defense substitutions out of the Rams. They certainly should be doing that because one of those 2 certainly cannot pick up a 3rd foul before halftime. That would be incredibly detrimental, and it would create a huge advantage for Lawrence.
All right, out of the timeout here. 2:22 left in the first half. And it's a Cony ball. Macy Freeman will put it into play. Up to Morrill. Morrill over the timeline. Got it there to Fichtorn. Fichtorn back to Morrill. Driving runners. Scooped it up and in.
And that's who you want driving to the hoop.
Yep. 28-24. Pressure by Cony. Here is Provost. Provost drifts up, stops at the elbow, fires, and doesn't get it. Just a little bit off. Rebound, Fichtorn. Under 2 minutes to go. Fichtorn all the way too hard, but a foul. It's either going to go on Morrison or Provost.
Yeah, that was a great take. Just essentially just dribbling to the hoop and making someone stop her. That should be the mentality. Anyone pushing the ball in the open court like that. But it was very easy for Cony. Because they got a stop, Lawrence couldn't press, right? So they didn't have to deal with the pressure defense. So
free throw is good by Fichtorn.
They need to string together a few more stops so that they can get comfortable again and get into a routine on the floor together.
28-25. Morrison comes out. That foul was on Provost. Second shot, no good. Rebound cleared by Gray. Over to Minahan. Minahan cruises up. Minahan, right corner. Elkins for 3. No. Rebound, weak side. There is Gray. Gray to Shores. Shores left-handed. Got it. Nice passing in close.
And here comes the pressure defense. They finally get the ball to the middle.
Yep. Morrill drives. Left-handed scoop. She's going to the line.
And I think that was on Minahan. And that will be her 3rd foul, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed it is. So Minahan, who is a valuable player off the bench for Greg Chesley, is probably going to have to come out. Free throw is good. 30-26. Minahan out and back in Nadia Morrison. Coming up at halftime, Lawrence boys coach Jason Pellerin will jump on board after a successful first game here today. Shot no good. Rebound, and Morrison over there, or check that, Gray over there. The officials say it's out of bounds off Cony.
That's a great hustle play. Morrill actually beat everybody, almost beat everyone to the ball, and she was the foul shooter.
So it went out of bounds off Lawrence, I should say, so it's Freeman to put it into play. The lob into no one except Kaylee Elkins, who got bumped. And they didn't have that foul to give.
No, and that's Morrill's third foul.
Bad all the way around, Coach.
Yeah, especially 75 feet away from the hoop.
Yep.
Leaving her in right now, offense to defense might be okay, but realistically, she's got to come out for the rest of the half.
Kaylee Elkins at the line. Her team's leading 30-26. Elkins will shoot 2. Every foul resulting in a 2-shot foul now in high school basketball in Maine. The shot is good. 31-26. The lead is 5. One more for Elkins. Kaylee dips, fires. No good. And what do we got? A lane violation? Yes. So, back to the old days in the NBA, 3 to make 2.
Yeah, that was on Barajas. She was standing outside of the arc. She can't come in until the ball hits the rim like the shooter.
And Elkins makes them pay. 32-26, buck 20 to go in the first. Here's Freeman. Freeman rolls by, the shot off the side of the backboard, out of the chute. Elkins, lead pass for Provost. Provost all the way, left-handed pass, over, up, and in for Ashley Shores.
What a great wraparound.
34-26. The lead is 8, largest of the game for Lawrence, and almost a steal by Provost. Out deep, it's Victorn. Victorn to Barajas, goes around, and a foul on Lily Gray. 2 shots for Kale Barajas.
I think she has the opportunity to do that more. She's pretty athletic and she's tough. If she's confident with the ball, she's going to get to the foul line or get herself some great paint touches.
Shot short. One more here for Kale Barajas. 34-26, 53.4 seconds left in the first half. Second one just grazed the rim. Rebound poked over to Provost. Provost head up. Provost open lane all the way. They gave it to her, and she almost missed it, but she hit it. That spread like the Red Sea there.
Yeah, nice little pass fake on that fast break.
Why didn't they close in on that there?
Yeah, she was going all the way, regardless if she passed the ball or
Agreed.
not. So they could have stepped up and taken an offensive foul there, which would have been her second.
Yep, runner no good. Rebound Morrison. Lead is 10, 36-26. Down low to Elkins. Laid it over to Gray. Gray shot too hard. Rebound up and in by Morrison.
Halftime can't come soon enough for the Rams. This is they're opening this. Lawrence is opening this up really quickly.
38-26 after the made basket there by Morrison. And the foul. They haven't put it on the board yet. Got subs here with 20 seconds to go. Cole coming in for Lawrence. Harper Lawrence is coming in for Cony. So Lawrence is in for Cony. Go figure. Nadia Morrison with 1. Nope. Rebound taken down by Victorn. Victorn pushes back outside LaCroix. LaCroix over to Freeman. Freeman angles in against the double team. We've got a foul on the trip through. And I think Cony got bailed out there.
Yeah, I do too. She was losing control anyway, and she wasn't facing the basket. Just kind of heard her out wide and let her go the direction she was already going.
First shot on the way. Got it. First one is good for Macy Freeman. 38-27. Taylor Pellerin comes in for Lawrence with 8 seconds to go. Second one on the way. And good. 10-point game. 38-28. Here's Provost cruising up, stops, jacks a 3, bang! And an exclamation point end to the first half by the Lawrence Bulldogs. And they will take their largest lead into the locker room at halftime of 13. The score from the Capital City Classic here at the Augusta Civic Center. The Lawrence Bulldogs 41 and the Cony Rams 28. Back with Coach Andrew Morong and Lawrence coach Jason Pellerin right after this on The Score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
When it comes to your family's winter safety, 201 Tire Battery and Service and Nokian Tires has your back with a Hakkapeliitta R5. These Nokians are pure safety, offering comfort plus increased range for electric vehicles and hybrids. Get your Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s at 201 Tire Battery and Service, your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust, Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Your safety team is Nokian Tires and 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201 Vassalboro.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Mike Violet back here live at the Augusta Civic Center, high above courtside. It is halftime of our second game of the afternoon between Cony and Lawrence, and the Lawrence girls leading here over the Cony girls by a score of 41-28. Lawrence ran out to a 15-11 lead at the end of one after Cony had the lead early on, and the Bulldogs really put the hammer down. They had a 26-point second quarter to bounce this lead up to where it is right now at 41-28 as they outscored the Cony Rams in the second quarter by a difference of, make sure I get this right, 26-13. So a big difference there in the second quarter. And we are pleased to be joined now by Lawrence boys coach Jason Pellerin, who is fresh off victory number 2 of the season. Congrats, Coach.
Mike, nice being here. Nice being able to talk to you.
An exclamation point win for sure.
It's your second win, but it's also a rivalry game, and we talked about that. That was actually the main thing that we talked about. That regardless of what the record is or whatever, this is a game where we talk about. I still talk about my last game that I played against Cony, 400 years ago. Mm-hmm. And, you remember your rivalry games, and how do you want to be remembered?
Right. And this definitely was that, and your team played superb basketball. That was Lawrence basketball at its best.
Well, we've got some guys that can, put the ball in the hoop. Yep. We've got some guys that can create. And we got into a nice flow offensively starting out the second half. I think our first 5 possessions we scored, and that included like a 3-point play and a 3-pointer. So, we scored 12 straight points on 5 possessions. That's pretty efficient for a Lawrence team.
And how about the play of Zeb Hanna off the bench, who had 14 points? I made the analogy, it's like finding a $20 bill in your winter jacket pocket when you take it out for the first time in November.
Take it out for the first time in 4 years because Zeb hasn't played basketball since he was in 8th grade.
Right.
But he had an outstanding football season. He is an awesome kid. He comes to practice every day. And sometimes he'll ask what he wants, what we want him to work on, but now he's developed his own little routine that he does. So he's working on finishing, and he is a super kid. He's got great energy. The kids love him. And just knowing him from football and knowing what he brought to the football team, because he was our most improved player in football, he's going to be the most improved player in the conference this year.
We named him our score player of the game just because Gavin Lund had 24, and he was magnificent for you. But Hannah, I thought, really provided a nice spark at the end of the first half and the second half. So that's it. Let's talk about Lund. Gavin had it going on.
Gavin is a very crafty player. He plays at his speed and is able to change speeds, and guys try to take away what he likes to do. But somehow he's able to find a way. Tonight, he even made I think he had a move that he hadn't pulled out before.
Is that the right-handed shot?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
But it might have been. And that was pretty cool. I went over and I gave him a high five. We talk about it in practice. And he's a bright, bright kid. A really good three-sport athlete at Lawrence and a really good basketball player.
Jason, thanks for the time as always, my friend. Appreciate it. Congrats on the win.
Happy New Year, and really good seeing you, Mike.
Thank you, Jason. Jason Pellerin, the victorious coach of the Lawrence Bulldogs here in game number 1 this afternoon. All right, Coach, you're in each locker room. Coach Andrew Morong of the Central Maine Community College Mustangs with us, getting his 300th win this year. Use all of the Morong wisdom you have. You have been told by John Dennett you're going to give the halftime speech to his team. What are you saying to the Cony Rams?
Keep Lawrence off the boards. We have to rebound the ball better. I don't know how many second chance points Lawrence has, but it's certainly more than the second chance points that Cony has. They got to limit Lawrence's opportunities because Lawrence is going to make them pay for it at some point. If you keep giving them 2 or 3 cracks at it, they're going to get to the foul line more. Cony can't afford to be in foul trouble. So I think you need to control the boards first. They need to talk a little bit more on defense. And offensively, get the ball in the paint via dribble drive, so that will open up, that'll pinch the defense and open up your shooters on the perimeter. But they were doing so well earlier in that first half when they were getting the ball and 2 feet in the paint. They need to get back to that.
Let's talk about the CMCC Mustangs and your success there. Your 300th win this year, and I know you don't want to focus on that because you have such good players and you always have such good teams. What's been the secret to the success, not just of CMCC women's basketball, but your sports programs in general overall?
Well, I think recruiting is the number one, especially for women's basketball. We recruit on a global scale. So we have players from Belgium and Egypt and Australia and Oregon and Miami and then a bunch of Mainers as well. And that's just kind of represents what our roster is like every single year. So recruiting is absolutely crucial. I don't care how good of a coach you are. If you don't have the players, you're not winning games, period. So recruiting talented, hardworking student athletes is incredibly important. All of our coaches have now gotten on board with that in the athletic program. This fall, we won the men's soccer conference championship, women's soccer conference championship, women's volleyball conference championship. And, we'll be competing for 2 winter championships in basketball. And certainly our men's ice hockey team is fantastic as well with only 1 loss on the year. So things are just, I think our coaches are doing a great job identifying talent and recruiting them to the college and then taking care of the kids when they get there. But I think it all starts at the top, and that's from the get-go. Since we added athletics, it was President Scott Knapp. Now it's President Betsy Libby. Both have been tremendous supporters of our athletic program, giving us what we need to be able to take care of these student athletes once they get to us from, again, all over the world. So without them and without Dave Gagne, our men's basketball coach and athletic director, none of us have any of this success, none of the kids have the opportunities that they have. So yeah, it all starts at the top, and cliche to say, but it takes a village.
We had a game last week where Mount Blue played Messalonsky in girls basketball, and one of your former pupils, one of your former players, Alex Bessie is on the sidelines now for Mount Blue. Had a chance to talk to her. Her team eked out a win over Messalonsky. That's a major success story. You had her as a player. She went on to play at UMF afterwards, and now is a very successful, or I think going to be a very successful Class A coach.
Yeah, she really is. And actually, I'll be back here tomorrow at the Civic Center to watch her coach against another former CMCC player, and the Gardner coach, Brittany. So Brittany Sally. So
Brittany Giro.
Yeah, really excited to see them coach against each other. And Lincoln Academy and Edward Little High School are both former student athletes in our women's basketball program at CM. So watching the coaching tree grow throughout the state is something that I'd certainly take a lot of pride in.
Second half almost ready to go. I wanted to bring up the case of Emily Strawn, your former player who's now playing out in California for Cal State Fullerton. There's a huge success story, going from Lewiston High School to CMCC and now playing D1 out there.
Yeah, Emily worked her way and performed her way to a full scholarship at the Division I level. Played against USC earlier.
I know.
So it's really cool. Really cool story.
She's such a nice young woman, too. Had a chance to have her on the show last year. She's just really very, very nice. All right, here we go, second half. Cony in the hole, 41-38, and right out of the gate in the third quarter, a three-pointer for Macy Freeman. So a good start, Coach Morong.
Yeah, that was, even without a paint touch. And it looks like Cony's going zone here to kind of mess with Lawrence.
Ball tipped out of bounds. So it's Cunningham, Freeman, Morrill, Barajas, and Fichtorn out there for Cony. And for Lawrence, Provost, Elkins, Shores, Morrison, and Gray. And the ball goes into Gray. Lilly now working against the zone. Now to Elkins, and the ball tipped. Elkins throws it away. And so far, that zone is working.
Yeah, 1-3-1 can be tricky because once a team gets used to it, there's a lot of gaps.
Oh, great pass inside to Fichtorn. She blows the shot. And the rebound, Gray blocked it. Back outside it goes to Morrill. Morrill fires, no good. Rebound, a lot of hands on it over there, and Morrison comes away with it. Threw it away. She threw it right into the hands of Morrill for an easy basket.
Yeah, great deflection there, and Morrill made them pay.
So the lead down to 8. 4 in a row to start it off here for Cony. 1-3-1. Zone in the corner to Elkins. Now to Shores, to the foul line, tipped, and it goes into the backcourt, and a race for it, winning the race Cunningham. A dive by Morrison. And what? What is the call? It is a foul on Morrison.
And that's her third, so.
Out she goes, and Minahan, who I believe also has 3, comes in to replace her.
She does. Minahan can be super effective against this 1-3-1, though. She's a great outside shooter, so look for her spotting up in the corners.
All right, Cunningham, pass almost stolen by, and it was eventually knocked out of bounds by Cony, so they get a steal.
Yeah, I can't squander those opportunities. I always tell my girls at the college level, the biggest sin in the game of basketball is to force a turnover and then to turn it right back over.
Shores. Right corner, Minahan, there's her 3, no good. And the rebound on the weak side to Cunningham. To Freeman. Freeman drives right around Shores and hits! 6 in a row to start the second half here for Cony. And it's 41-35. They've cut the lead in half. Shores almost threw it away. Elkins almost threw it away. To the cutter, Shores. Shores loses it on the dribble. Lawrence treating the basketball like a stick of dynamite here. Pass is saved. Elkins, they've got numbers here, 5-on-4. Provost drifts up, goes behind the back. Over the defense, inside, too hard off the glass there by Gray. Gray on the putback, that is no good. We've got a held ball here or a foul. We're going to get a foul. And Lawrence becoming undone here in the third.
Yeah, great halftime adjustment by Coach Dennett. This 1-3-1 has really thrown him off.
I guess so. It was.
That's Gray's third foul as well.
So some issues foul trouble-wise for Lawrence. Here's Freeman around a pick. Now to Cunningham. Cunningham back outside, threw it away.
Yeah, Cunningham's got a jump stop to make that kick-out pass. It's really tough to control a pass throwing over the defense from your hip when you're off balance.
Lawrence in a game for the first time this year. Their other games have been 30-plus point blowouts. Pass tipped. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Lawrence after Ella Minahan runs it down there. So Barajas comes out, and coming in for Cony, Cassie LaCroix. Provost will inbound on the baseline. Lob into Gray. Right corner, almost threw it away. Minahan saves it. Ella missed the shot, but the rebound right there, Lily Gray, and Lawrence finally scores.
Yeah, Cony forced the shot they wanted to force, a deep corner 3. They got to get that rebound.
The drive, the runner up and in by Abby Morrill. She gets it right back. That was a beautiful move. 43-37. Down low, back up top, Provost open, no good. Off the front rim, it kicks out of bounds. It'll go to Cony.
Yeah, you just got to make Lawrence contested shooters. But here comes the pressure defense now. They're doing it off the dead ball, so we'll see what kind of trouble it causes.
Pass into Freeman. Check that into Morrill. Morrill beats the press, up right side to Fichtorn. Cony with the ball. They trail by 6. Inside to Freeman. Shot no good, but she's going to the line.
Yeah, great job attacking downhill. But the press, though, Morrill did a great job dribbling through it, but Cony has to send someone to the middle of the floor, and they have to send someone opposite. When you're going up against a pressure defense, you got to look at those two areas and to attack, not just break the press. You need to attack it.
AC Freeman at the line. No. Today's game brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, HammondLumber.com. Another one here for Macy Freeman. Trying to cut it to 5, and she does, 43-38. 4:50 left in the third. Provost. Lawrence led by 13 at halftime. It's been cut to 5. Right corner, shot by Cole, got tipped. The putback off the miss. No good, and Lily Gray's going to the line after being fouled.
It's the one trick with a zone defense, right, is you don't have man-to-man box-out principles. You have area principles typically, and Lawrence is certainly a little bit bigger and more athletic inside, so that's their second offensive rebound in as many possessions.
Free throw good by Gray. 44-38. 4:43 to go in the third. Second one also good, 45-38. And we have a timeout called. We will keep it right here. We're with CMCC head women's basketball coach Andrew Morong. Tomorrow night, we've got 2 more for you. We'll be here at 6 and 7:30 for the Skowhegan-Messalonski matchups. The girls will tip off at 6. The boys will tip off at 7:30 here on the Score. Coach, when you're recruiting players, aside from the obvious, what else do you look for intangible-wise in athletes?
That's mostly what we look for, to be honest with you. You can tell in 5 minutes if someone's good enough, but how do they act when they get in foul trouble? How do they treat the refs? How do they treat their teammates on the bench? How do they interact with the people around them? Are they staring at their parents up in the stands? Are their parents being obnoxious in the stands? Those are all kind of things that we're looking at because we spend a lot of time with these kids. And my family spends a lot of time with these kids, and I only want a certain kind of person around my children and in our program. So we look at all of that stuff. The basketball, that's the easy thing.
Right. That is a huge part of it, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah. We'll see if Coach Dennett is going to change up his defense. Now, the 1-3-1, they're having some rebounding problems, although they've gotten some steals, but we try to always change up our defense out of a timeout, so we'll see if he did that.
All right, here's Morrill on the drive. Baseline, laid it over. The 3 by Fichtorn off. Rebound, kicked over on the weak side. Cony comes away with it, pass to Fichtorn. Fichtorn fouled.
I think that's Gray's 4th foul.
It is, and immediately up off the bench is Nadia Morrison, and Lily Gray is in foul trouble. She has 4 personal fouls. So Fichtorn will shoot 2. She hits. That's also Lawrence's 4th foul of the quarter, so another one, and every foul will result in Cony shots.
And Morrison checking in, I believe she has 3 fouls as well, so she's got to be very careful.
So they're big girls in trouble. Second one by Fichtorn, no good. Rebound. Cole did her job, boxed out the shooter. Lead for Elkins. Now to Shores.
And they did change up their defense. They went back to man-to-man now, so that was a good job by Dennett.
Shores needs to find somebody open. Finally flashing through there. Elkins, a turnaround pop. No. Rebound. Ooh. Great job on the other side by Morrison. Surprised she didn't get called for a foul.
Yeah, I think she got away with one there.
Elkins to Provost. Provost turnaround pop, too short. She has been off from distance here. The runner up and in. That was a beautiful finish by Abby Morrill, and it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, and a tremendous pass by Freeman, daring to hit the rim runner on that.
Shores up fakes, goes around, missed the shot, got her own rebound, fouled. Lawrence needed that foul.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be Cunningham's third, if I'm not mistaken. And that was because she just assumed the girl was going to make the layup instead of just playing until the whistle or playing until she secured the ball. That's her fourth. Wow, that's a huge blow for Cony.
So Ashley Shores at the line. Missed. So Barajas comes in. Cunningham out with 4. We won't see her for a while. One more for Shores. Got it. 46-41. It's a 5-point game. 3:35 to go in the third. Here's Morrill. A stutter step. Leaves it for Barajas. Up top, Victorn for 3. No good. Rebound. Skying for it, Morrison. Outlet to Provost. Provost feels it. Pass over to Elkins. Elkins can't get it to fall. And the rebound to Victorn.
Yeah, Cony settled last time. They need to get the ball in the paint.
Here's Freeman. Freeman all the way. The shot doesn't go down. Morrison with another clear of the boards. Here's Shores. Elkins in the corner. Turned the 3 down. Provost will not. Jacks it up and hits it.
I mean, I know that was a deep 3, but you can't leave a player like that wide
You can't
open.
leave her open like that either. Timeout by Coach Dennett. Her form is interesting. I think Maddie Provost. She's got a would you call it a distinctive or unusual shot?
Definitely not unusual. I think it's a little bit of a sling, but it's confident and it's consistent, and that's the important thing. I think everyone kind of has a different shooting form. I mean, look at Larry Bird's versus Steph Curry's. It couldn't be two more different shooting forms. But yeah, as long as you're confident and consistent with your footwork, then you can become a good shooter.
2:53 to go in the third. John Dennett takes timeout. Lead is 8 for Lawrence, 49-41. They have led, let's see, since taking the lead at 11-10. That was the last time. 10-9 Cony was the last lead Cony had in this game. It's gone as high as 13, down to as low as 4. Now Freeman with it. Freeman to Barajas, or check that to Victorn, and they throw it away, does Cony. Can't have any unforced turnovers either.
Yeah, no, you can't. And this is a big possession for both teams right here. If Lawrence can get this lead back up to 10, that's very deflating. It almost makes the run that Cony started the half with almost useless. So this is a big possession here.
Here's Elkins out front to Shores. Gone back to zone, huh?
Yep, changing up the defense. I think it's a good move.
Provost, 3-ball corner pocket, no good. Rebound, back up, Morrison, yes.
Got to keep her off the boards.
51-41. Freeman on the weave to Morrill. Morrill jump step in, puts the shot up, can't get the roll. That was a great play. Nice save, and under. It's into Freeman, and she hits off the Barajas save.
Yeah, that was a big bucket. It was a nice answer. Well, they got to get the rebound down here. They forced another corner 3 last time. They got to get that board.
Morrison out front to Elkins.
Offensive
foul, no doubt.
Yeah, drop that shoulder. That's the second one taken by Cony today. Great take.
So with 1:56 to go in the third, ball goes back to Cony. Should we get a held ball here? Lawrence has got the arrow. Walking it up now is Morrill. Abby spinning in, nothing there, kicked it back outside. This will be a backcourt violation here on Cony.
Freeman's hurting right now. I think she got the wind knocked out of her on that offensive foul.
Coming in, Hannah Kidd for the first time. Pass in the corner. Now down low to Morrison. Morrison back to Elkins. To Morrison, now to Shores. Now to Morrison at the foul line. Backdoor tipped, out of bounds. And it's out off Lawrence.
I love what Cony's doing. They changed their defense again. They went man-to-man that time. I think that's just kind of making it a little bit confusing for Lawrence.
Lawrence, some pressure here. Provost in the backcourt, but Cony breaks it easily. Victorn all the way, under, up, and it will not go, but she is going to go to the line. Cony did a great job there.
Yeah, they did. She just kept going, and no one really stepped up to stop her, and she was able to attack that paint, and she's rewarded for it.
So the foul on Elkins, just her first, but Lawrence over the limit. So 2 free throws for any Cony foul the rest of the quarter. Shot is good. 51-44. Lawrence leads by 7.
They can get this down to a 5-point game by the end of the quarter. They're being in a really good spot. But if this balloons back up at the 10, Cony's going to be in deep trouble.
Well, it's 6 now. 51-45. On the weave, Elkins to Shores. Back to Elkins. Elkins. Nothing there. Back outside to Shores. Now to Cole. To Provost.
Provost should attack her. Morrill can't foul.
And bad pass by Maddie. Kind of a pick and roll. It just was not a good pass.
Yeah, Provost has got to recognize that Morrill has 3 fouls, so she can't really defend her physically, so she needs to go right at her.
Speak of the devil, here is Morrill with 50. Morrill trying to go on Elkins. Certainly got a size advantage, but she missed the shot. Rebound. Provost tears it away, and a foul called on Cony. No shots. That's just their 3rd foul. So, Lawrence ball, 44.7. Here's Provost. To the top. Lawrence all spread out. Provost drifts to the right. Fadeaway pop, no good. Left it short. She has been off from outside.
Yeah, she's taking fadeaway jumpers. I know she can do that, but if you're Cony, that's what you want, right?
Yeah.
Make her make a tough shot.
Yep. Knocked out of bounds by Lawrence with 25 seconds left. Cony with the ball, down 6. Morrill will put it into play. Cunningham on the bench with 4. Morrill lobs it in the pivot. Barajas up and in!
That was a great take. Great recognition by Morrill on that post entry. That was a great job because we know Morrison can't foul with the 4.
51-47. Shores blocked. Picked off, though, by Elkins. Now Provost for 3. That would have been a dagger had it gone in, but Shores with the rebound. Got to be cognizant of the clock. Elkins, that is top of the circle. No good. Rebound comes down to Cony, and that'll do it. You said get it down to 5. They did it 1 point better. It's down to 4. We got a game here going to the 4th quarter. The score in the Capital City Classic here at the Augusta Civic Center. The Lawrence Bulldogs 51. Cony Rams 47. 4th quarter should be a wing dinger coming up next on The Score.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensics, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Mike Violet and CMCC women's basketball coach Andrew Morong back here at the Augusta Civic Center, along with Ryan Bell, Galen Neal, and Ryan Packard, all on board for the production of this one here tonight. We go to the 4th. It's 51-47. Lawrence with the ball and the lead for the final 8. Foul trouble aplenty on both sides. Here's Maddie Provost.
Cony back into their man-to-man.
Yep. Elkins takes it to the top, now works it to the right to Provost. Provost uses that pivot foot back up top now to Morrison.
It's great defense by Morrill there.
Now Shores to Morrison to the foul line to Provost. Provost goes in. Big giant step, and she scores off the glass.
What an explosive take that was. Help side was nowhere. It happened too fast.
53-47, a hook shot up and no good there by Morrill. Lawrence with a rebound. It's Provost out of the chute. Left-handed pass whipped up to Shores. Back to Provost, and man, again, way off from 3. Just caught the front lip of the rim, and out of the rebound, it's Freeman.
Yeah, that was a settle.
Yep. Victorn drives, runner, off balance, no good. Provost clears the rebound. Bullet pass down to Elkins, wide open, no.
It's a great look, though, by Provost.
Got to use the backboard there, don't you, Coach?
Yeah, step to the ball, go off the backboard.
Foul line left extended now. It's LaCroix. LaCroix curls in, kicks it over right side. Barajas now to the top to Freeman. Freeman to the left. Bounce pass going to the basket. It is no good by Morrow. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Cony.
Yeah, Morrow fading away there. Didn't have great balance on that. It was a great idea, great backdoor cut, but just got to go up strong off 2 feet.
All right, Lawrence going to bring Lily Gray back in with 4 fouls. Greg Chesley going to roll the dice.
Yeah, if Lawrence scores again here, Cunningham's going to have to come back in.
53-47. And Lawrence gave it away. Somebody not paying attention there. I don't know if it was Provost not paying attention to the fact that Elkins wasn't paying attention or what, but that's a bad turnover.
Yeah, that really was. I would actually try to sprinkle Cunningham back into the game, maybe some offensive, defensive situational stuff.
Here's a 3. It's no good. Taken out deep by Macy Freeman. Rebound to Lawrence. Provost whips it up to Elkins. Elkins throws it up, and she got the roll. 55-47, the assist there for Provost. It's back up to 8. Morrill to Freeman, back to Morrill. Now to Barajas. Barajas for 3, all nets. Kale Barajas makes it a 5-point game, 55-50.
That was a huge response, and we see more Cunningham at the scores table getting ready to check back in.
Provost picks the dribble up on the left to Elkins. They want to post up, but good denied defense inside by Barajas.
Yeah, it was.
Provost got it down, but the ball went right through the hands of Nadia Morrison. And chasing that ball down in the corner is Victorn. Meantime, Lawrence with another turnover. 5:28 left in regulation, 55-50 Lawrence. Here is Freeman. Freeman to the top. Gray has to be careful. She's got 4 fouls, out of bounds. Last touched by Lawrence.
I'd like to see Morrill for Cony here get a paint touch on the block with the undersized Elkins guarding her.
Well, there it is. The handoff though to Barajas. Barajas, a big step,
move.
and the shot that is no good, but she's going to the line.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move. Baited the defender to her weak hand, and then a nice turn to her strong right hand.
So Morrison now has 4 as well. So both Gray and Morrison, Lawrence's 2 6-footers, have 4 fouls. Got to hit the free throws, though. Barajas misses, so Morrison will come out. Ashley Shores back in. Still 55-50, a ton of time left, 5:12. One more for Barajas. Got it.
Second one, good.
55-51, Lawrence by 4. Here's Provo. She hasn't sat yet tonight.
Cony back into the 1-3-1.
Left corner to Cole, tipped and stolen. Here's Cunningham back in with her 4. Over to Barajas. Out front, Freeman. Outside. Three-pointer is good by Abby Morrow. We got a 1-point game.
Great extra pass by Freeman there. She had the shot herself, but dished it one more all the way around the horn here.
A Freeman 3 makes it a 1-point game. 55-54. Left corner, Cole is open. The 3, air. Rebound run down by Elkins. Over to Provost. Provost back to Elkins. Now to Shores, foul line right. A long 3, rolls off. Rebound is knocked out. Got Morrow all alone for a layup, and she hits.
Great transition bounce pass from Cunningham there.
And it's 56-55. Cony with the lead. That one up, no good. Rebound, no good. Rebound back up and in by Lily Gray. Lawrence back in front. 57-56.
They're forcing tough shots. They just cannot rebound out of that zone.
Freeman, left corner, Cunningham for three. No. You could see that one right out of the hand was no good. Long down court pass. Elkins tried a pass she shouldn't have tried. Don't try that pass. Picked off instead by Freeman. To Barajas, tipped out of bounds by Provost.
Now Barajas has to be thinking rim on that. Rim. She had the lane. Got to be confident with that basketball.
3:35 left. Lawrence by 1, 57-56. Victorn, or check that Cunningham, will put it into play. But first, we're going to get a timeout. 3:35, let's reset things here. Brought to you by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 3:35 left in regulation. Lawrence leading 57-56. The possession arrow is in favor of Cony. Should we have a held ball? So what are you telling him, Coach?
Get in the paint. I mean, just get 2 feet. Both teams have a tendency to kind of settle and for those perimeter shots, and I just think you shoot better from the perimeter when you get 2 feet in the paint because you're shooting off kickouts instead of reversals or skip passes. So if I'm Cony here, I'm finding a way to get Morrill the ball on the block to go against a smaller defender. Usually Elkins has been matched up on her. That's what I would be doing here. Defensively, though, Lawrence could be coming out in a different defense here. You know, you're getting into a chess match now. So all kinds of things could change. And I also might be thinking about changing up my defense, maybe a box and one on Provost if I'm Cony, just to give them something they haven't seen yet, but who knows?
All right, here we go out of the timeout. It is a Cony ball. And putting it into play, Morgan Cunningham right in front of the Cony bench in the front court. Pass into Victorn, guarded by Shores. Throws up a wild shot, no good. The rebound to Ella Minahan.
She had the right idea going back to the left there, but just was off balance.
Shores, right corner, catch and shoot, no good. That's her shot, and she missed it. And Provost has been off tonight. Inside Morrill. Morrill doesn't take it. Back outside. The shot by Freeman is no good. To check that by Victorn. Couple of misses by Cony with a chance to convert. Here is Provost. Over to Shores. Back to Provost. Provost stops. Back to Shores. Wide open three. Way short. Rebound. Provost picked it off in there. Provost goes in. Throws it up, and it won't go. Could not get that to go in, and it's out of bounds off Lawrence.
Cony got lucky there. They gave up 2 offensive rebounds. It's going to bite them.
Cony ball down 1. 2:45 left in regulation. Here is Cunningham to Victorn. On the weave to Morrill. Morrill over to Barajas, and a foul on Lawrence.
Yeah, that was Provost from behind. Got a little greedy there.
Just the second on Provost. Macy Freeman back in for Cony, and Kale Barajas is out. So Freeman will inbound it.
I don't think Barajas will be out very long.
She shouldn't be.
She's been tough.
Into Morrill. Morrill, the foul line pop no good by LaCroix. Rebound, run down by Cunningham. Another opportunity here for Cony. Cunningham curls in, and we have got a foul called on Minahan, and that is bye-bye for her. She is done.
Yeah, that was a great screen. Held her ground, just got plowed over.
So coming in to take Minahan's place is Nadia Morrison, who also has 4. So Gray and Morrison both with 4 on the floor for Lawrence.
Cony's got to be sure that the right players are taking the right shots. I think the last couple of shots, the wrong players may have been relied on to score.
Freeman over to Morrill. Down to the pivot. It's Victorn. Turns and hits the 5-footer. Tough shot.
That was a tough shot over the extended Morrison, too. Morrison played good D, forced a tough shot. The offense just made it.
58-57, 2 minutes left. To the foul line to Morrison. To Gray. Gray navigates inside, missed the shot, but look who's there. Morrison for the putback. That's no good. And it's out of bounds. Lawrence catches a break. They're going to keep the ball.
Yeah, they caught a break because Morrison knocked someone to the ground in the rebounding action. Nothing dirty, but
that could have been foul number 5. And John Dennett played at Bangor High School. John Dennett is the coach here of the Cony Rams. John Dennett takes a timeout, so let's reset things again. Sponsored by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 1:54 remaining in regulation. It's Cony 58, Lawrence 57. The arrow in favor of the Rams. Lawrence will have the ball out of the timeout.
Yeah, if I'm Lawrence, obviously you're putting the ball in Provost's hands. I would love to see her get a paint touch to maybe post up a girl because she's long and athletic and she can elevate over people inside. So they need to score here. They cannot play not to lose. They have to grow this. They have to get back into this. They got to take the lead. Not necessarily on this possession, but they have to get a really, really quality look. And on the flip side, Cony can't play not to lose just because they have the lead. They have to come out here and make sure Morrill gets a shot from inside the paint next time they come down.
1:54 left on the clock. It'll be Ashley Shores to inbound it. Lawrence will come out, set up in a 4-corner. The arrow belongs to Cony. Shores to put it into play. Nobody on the ball. Out deep to Provost. Provost drifts in. Open. Fires and hits.
That was great defense by Morrill, but an even better shot by Provost. Wow, way to elevate.
59-58. Lawrence back on top by 1. Here's LaCroix. To Morrill. Down low to Fichtorn. Fichtorn shot no good. Rebound Provost. Provost. Left-handed pass up to Shores. Back to Provost. Back to Shores. Now down to Gray. Wide post. Lawrence has spread it out some. Cony has committed no fouls here in the quarter, so they've got 4 to give.
I would start giving them now, to be honest.
Me too. Instead, they blow it, and Provost blows a shot. Maddie Provost could make that shot blindfolded, and she missed it.
Yeah, sometimes you're just too wide open, right?
Wow. I am stunned she missed that. We've got a foul in the rebounding action, and gone bye-bye to Nadia Morrison. I am absolutely stunned she missed that shot. That could have pumped the lead up to 3. Instead, it's 1, and Cony's going to get the ball.
They didn't get Morrill a touch last time down. They have to get her a touch in and around the paint.
All right, Cunningham to put it into play, and what?
It's going to be a foul on number 10.
Elkins called for a foul.
Yeah. Here's people in the crowd yelling moving screen, but it wasn't. The only reason why she was moving is because she was displaced from her area, and defensively you cannot do that. You have to accept the contact and get over or underneath that contact. You can't just displace someone.
To make that foul even worse, about 60 feet from the basket, it puts Lawrence over the limit. 2 shots for every Cony or every Lawrence foul the rest of the way. And here's Macy Freeman at the line. Chance to tie it and take the lead. Missed it. All right, Barajas coming back in for LaCroix. As predicted, that wasn't much of a rest. So the best that Freeman can do is tie it. On the way, and she did not. And the rebound boxed around. Shores has it up to Provost. A minute to go. Provost for 3. Banked it in!
Wow, I can't believe she took that.
62-58, the guts of a cat burglar.
Wow. Dagger.
52 seconds left, and Provost with that bank shot makes it a 2-possession game at 62-58.
With a hand in her face, too. Wow.
You think she was planning on banking that?
Yeah. My goodness.
I've never seen Maddie Provost bank a shot in from that deep before, but there's a first for everything.
Hey, in tight games, or any game for that matter, the team with the best player is going to have the best chance to win. Lawrence certainly has that in Provost. I know she hasn't shot the ball particularly well tonight, but she just doesn't stop. Like, she's been getting rebounds, she's been getting deflections in passing lanes.
She's involved in every aspect of the game.
Yeah, she really, really is. So you know what? If you want someone to pull the trigger, even if it's maybe not the greatest timing of shots, it's her, because she can just flat out ball.
All right. 52 seconds left, 62-58 Lawrence. Out of that 3, it'll be a Cony ball. Again, Lawrence, if they foul, it's going to result in a 2-shot foul for Cony. They are over the limit. Meanwhile, Cony has not fouled any here in the fourth quarter, so they have 4 to play with.
Yeah, they got to use those now.
Yeah,
so as soon as they make or miss, they have to foul immediately, because it's going to take them too long to get to the bonus.
All right, Freeman to put it into play at midcourt. Freeman back to Morrill. Morrill over the timeline, guarded by Elkins. Takes a trip in. The runner counted and one. She got fouled.
And that's exactly what you didn't want to have happen if you're Lawrence. Points with the time stopped.
62-60, and Elkins commits the foul, a terrible foul.
See, Cunningham should be coming out of the game right now because she has 4 fouls, because you're going to need to foul no matter what happens here.
Cunningham still in the game. Morrill with a chance to make it a 1-point game. Did not.
Get one.
Rebound Gray to Cole. They called a foul before the pass, I guess, as Provost saw that 2-on-1 developing. So the foul called on Barajas. It'll be a Lawrence ball in the backcourt.
Get one.
And it goes to Gray. Gray to Provost. In the corner, open. Cole for 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Gray. Now Lawrence playing keep away. Here's Shores, and Shores is fouled. And again, they have these fouls to give. I don't know why they're waiting.
Yeah, I don't know why either. They should have fouled instantaneously.
As a coach, don't you have to tell them as soon as the ball is in someone's hands, foul them?
Yeah, and then they got away. I mean, Lawrence took a shot from the corner. You got to get that rebound.
That's a terrible shot there by Peyton Cole. Cannot take that shot. And Gray turned down a 6-footer, 7-footer to kick it over there. So another timeout. John Dennett takes another timeout. 62-60. The possession arrow, again, is Cony's if we get a held ball. And Cony has 2 more fouls to give before they're over the limit.
Yeah, there's nothing to think about here. It's if you don't steal the inbound pass, you must immediately foul.
Immediately.
That's why Cunningham should be out of the game right now, because she won't or she can't with 4 fouls. So you put someone in, at the end of the bench maybe, who can just go in and foul for you.
So she is in. So it's Barajas, Cunningham, Freeman, Victorn, and Morrill out there for Cony. It is Shores, Elkins, Gray, Provost, and Cole. And it goes to Provost. Provost to Shores. Shores gets away from the pressure, not a Provost. Now back to Shores. What are they waiting for?
I have no idea.
Goodness gracious.
They just wasted
10?
Yeah, about 10. I think she was at 27, so 8 seconds.
All right.
That should have been instantaneous. They had it. I don't know. And now Morrill's got 4 fouls, so she can't really foul.
Shores gets it in somehow to Provost. Provost picked her dribble up a little too soon. Over to Shores, and again, they're waiting way too long. And finally, the foul committed by Morrill, and that's it.
No, I got there on Barajas had 4 last time. That was my fault. I think Morrill.
No, I mean 4 as far as 4 on the team.
Oh, yeah.
So that is 4 now on Abby Morrill. So every foul the rest of this game in regulation will result in free throws. 12.2 seconds left. Ashley Shores to inbound it for Lawrence.
Just let anyone but Provost catch the ball.
Well, I thought Provost was going to get it. She should have gotten it. She picks her dribble up way too early. Over to Elkins. They don't need to shoot. You wait, you get fouled, and the foul committed there by Victorn. And Elkins, with 2 here, can make this a 2-possession game. So Kaylee Elkins, who was our score player of the game last time out, 2 huge free throws here at 62-60 with 4.9 seconds left. No. Cony has life.
They could have been in the same exact situation with 25 seconds on the clock. They really hurt
now
themselves.
we have a timeout taken, I believe, by Greg Chesley. Exactly right, Coach. I don't know why it's just unexplainable to me why they did not take those fouls.
It's certainly something to work on in practice over the next couple of weeks, because they just had a close loss to Mount Ararat, too, I believe, by 1 point. So the time and score situations are something that coaches tend to practice. I know we practice them every week, different scenarios, being down, being up, all of that. Obviously, at the college level, we have the shot clock, which helps us, which extends games quite a bit, and we have the ability to advance the ball on timeouts. But you gotta practice this stuff. You can't expect your student athletes to go out there and just to know. It's like a jump shot.
Yeah, right.
It's a practice skill.
So, Coach Morong, let's say you get a miss on the free throw and you're Cony, you get the rebound. What's the strategy?
If they have any timeouts left, I'd immediately call a timeout unless you have Cunningham or maybe Barajas or Morrow leaking out. You can throw it long to them, but you almost hope that they make it because Lawrence is such a good rebounding team that they could get the offensive rebound and that ends the game.
Made free throw. If you have a timeout, you take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Drop something long.
All right, Kaylee Elkins at the line. One shot. 4.9 seconds left. Elkins, the senior, toes that line, spins the ball, dips, fires, got it. It's going to take a three, 63-60. Inbounds pass to LaCroix. Right side, Cunningham fires it up. It's no good. And Lawrence survives the upset bid by the Cony Rams, who played their backsides off. And Cony gives Lawrence a scare, but the final score in this one in the Capital City Classic, Lawrence 63, Cony 60. Our postgame show with Coach Morong next on The Score.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Mid-State Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Mid-State Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove.
Mike Violet and CMCC head women's basketball coach Andrew Morong back here at the Augusta Civic Center in Augusta in a wing dinger for sure. The Lawrence Bulldogs survive the upset-minded Cony Rams, and they hang on to win it by a final of 63-60. Let's go back in time to the first quarter. Cony jumped out of the gate good. They were on top 6-2, but Lawrence finished the quarter strong, led 15-11 at the end of one. Bulldogs bumped that lead up to as many as 7 in the second quarter early on, then really got on a roll, had it up to as many as 13, and that's what it was at halftime, 41-28. The Bulldogs were up by 13 and looked like, based on the way things had gone so far this year, they were headed for an easy victory. But not so fast, my friends, because Cony came out, played a superb third quarter, cut the lead to 4 at the end of 3, 51-47. And then in the fourth quarter, nail-bite city, that's for sure. Each team with chances to maybe put the game away, missing shots, but the Lawrence Bulldogs hit some big shots late, got some big-time rebounds late, and even though they were outscored by Cony 13-12 in the fourth quarter, they end up winning by a score of 63-60, and we are very happy to have Lawrence coach Greg Chesley with us after a victory. Had that one all the way, Coach?
Yeah, just how we drew it up. That's exactly how we wanted it. No, Cony's a great team. It was a battle all the way through. Not exactly how we draw it up, but we'll take it.
Foul trouble. Your two big girls, Lily Gray and Nadia Morrison, got into foul trouble. Ella got into foul trouble off the bench. You were able to withstand that.
Yeah, I mean, we have some depth, and, give Cony some credit. They were aggressive and really going after rebounds, boxing us out well. I think a few of our fouls on our bigs were over-the-back fouls. Yeah. We've got to be a little more disciplined than that, but give Cony a lot of credit. They took it at us, and, and it was a fight.
Coming out of halftime, that 1-3-1 seemed to be something that got you a little unsettled there early on.
Yeah, we've scouted them. We've watched them a lot, and they've played 1-3-1 in every game. We talked about it in practice yesterday. Probably should have done a better job at halftime reviewing what we're going to do if they go into it. And we didn't, and it took us a minute to click and figure out how to beat that, and move Provost around to some different spots and figure out a way to get through that.
You've had 3 cakewalks prior to tonight, 3 really easy wins, blowout wins. You've cleared the bench and won by 30 and more points. Is it good to have this now? Do you find out about things about yourself in this game?
Oh, absolutely. We saw some things today we can do well, like when our bigs weren't in foul trouble and they were manned, we pounded it inside when we needed to, and different people that can defend and bring the ball up for us, not just Maddie. Really see what some people can do. With the weather we had the week before Christmas, losing the Skowhegan game and the Hamden game, not having those games, that really kind of put us in the hole. We had 3 games that were, not really highly contested, but this one's going to, start the rest of the season.
That's the quietest 27 points I've ever seen Maddie Provost score.
Yeah.
Her shot wasn't going from the outside.
She is so smooth. That last one she hit, that line drive off the backboard, we were all yelling no as it went up. And the girls all said, "See, Coach, perfect." But she's a heck of a player, and moral. Wow. The two of them going head to head is quite something to watch.
She also had 27.
Did she? Yeah. Did she? I think a year ago we had someone named Hoop Bouchard have 26 or 27 here, and now we've got Maddie stepping into that role. And I look forward to playing Cony again. I look forward to seeing that head-to-head matchup between Morrow and Provost. I think that's going to be a great battle.
So do we, my friend. So do we. This is fun stuff. Coach Chesley, thanks for the time. Congrats. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you.
Coach Greg Chesley of the Lawrence Bulldogs with a hard-fought 63-60 win here today over these Cony Rams. And you heard the conversation, Andrew. They definitely learned something about themselves here today to play a game where the screws are tightening on you.
Yeah, I think anytime you can play in a game that you don't play your best and you're in foul trouble, you don't shoot the ball particularly well, and you can still find a way to win, that's the best case scenario, because most of the time you have to lose to learn that lesson. And today, Lawrence was able to sneak out that win while learning a lot about themselves. So that's just a great moment for them as far as building their confidence and building their skill set as this season develops.
Final scoring totals for the Cony Rams. Cassie LaCroix had 2. Kale Barajas had 6, but she was a big factor in this game. Morgan Fichthorn had 6. Morgan Cunningham had 5. Macy Freeman, 14. Abby Morrill tying Maddie Provost with a game-high 27. Abby Morrill is a fine player.
Absolutely.
And she is going to score a lot and dominate a lot of games this year for the Cony Rams. Meantime, for the Lawrence Bulldogs, scoring went this way. Ella Minahan hit a 3. She had 3 in the game. Ashley Shore, 6. Nadia Morrison, 6. Lily Gray, 8. Kaylee Elkins, 12. And the quietest 27 points that Maddie Provost is ever going to score. Maddie was our score player of the game, unquestionably. Even when she has a down night.
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
It's a good night. It's a night we'd all love to have just once.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Coach Morong, appreciate you being part of this, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So you got 300 now. Is there more? You've won since then, right? Or is
that was the last game of the semester. Yeah,
Okay.
we've been on a little bit of a break, so excited to get the girls back here next week.
So when do you get a chance to get 301?
The 13th. We're on the road.
Oh, wow,
so,
you're okay.
Yeah, we get about a month between games, which is very nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
so.
Coach doesn't like that, does he?
No,
Coach Morong does not like that.
Nope, not at all.
Well, Coach Morong, it's been a pleasure to have your insight. I found it very interesting how you broke down the defenses mostly here during the broadcast, and we've certainly got to do this again somewhere down the line.
Absolutely.
So, to say that we are fortunate to have CMCC be a partner with us in this on the score is an understatement. You guys have been an incredible partner with us. We greatly appreciate it. We really look forward to continuing that partnership. And Coach Morong, I appreciate your time today.
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Happy
Thank you for
New
having
Year
me.
And best of luck to the CMCC women's basketball team. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And that is going to do it for us here today. For Coach Andrew Morong, for Ryan Bell, for Sean Packard, for Galen Neal, and for our gopher today, Bob Hafford, who got us water and programs. Much appreciated for sure, and I believe he's done a few other things for us here as well. That is going to do it for us here. Final scores in these two games here today. A sweep by Lawrence. Boys win the first game 87-58. Girls win the nightcap over Cony 63-60. Meso, Skowhegan tomorrow night, 6 and 7:30. Both of them here on the score. We'll talk to you then. Good night from the Augusta Civic Center.
Thanks for tuning in to The Score. In case you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe, like, and hit the bell to stay informed. This is the place for free local high school sports, The Score. And it's been brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, PJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Computer Improvements, Dixon's Country Market, and by Casella Waste.